Hello everyone, this is Opie. He is a 6-year-old Cockapoo that I adopted about just over 6 months ago. We are going to just brush him today, nothing fancy. I brush him every day, every morning. We have a routine. I just bought this table now as a new groomer to make this easier on both of us. He's really good, he's a very good boy. And yeah, I'm just going to brush him out, talk through while I'm brushing him out what I'm doing and why I'm doing it that way. And hopefully that's useful to anyone who has just adopted a dog like I did, or is unsure how to brush their dog. Cockapoos, just like any poodle or poodle mix, they need daily grooming. You need to brush them every day so that you can avoid mats around their ears, in the back area here, on their booty, everywhere really. Let's get going. Normally how I start is looking at his eyes. A lot of the times they're these little dry spots that I try to remove. He's normally very good with that. Opie doesn't like, you will see now how he will be pulling himself. He doesn't like anything touching his face or his front paws, but in the past 6 months we've been working together to reduce the anxiety there. Yeah, he's been doing better now. I always lift the ear and try and make sure I brush out this area here, because there's a lot of matting that can happen. Just make sure I do that very well. By the way, I use a slick brush. You don't have to use exactly that one. Maybe I can just turn on the light a little bit. It's a slick brush. It goes through the coat really nicely, very easily. I use sometimes a comb as well if I need to fill out where the mats are. However, because we are brushing every single day, it's not necessary for me to do that, because normally there are no mats anywhere. It's just slightly tangled. I try to always grab the ear so I don't pull on his head and on his ear here. So I grab the ear firmly without pulling or without pinching too much, and just try to brush through without causing any extra stress for him. Then I like to turn the ear so I can get the inside. I hope I'm getting this nicely. I wear a chest strap for the phone to be able to use both my arms. So that now looks quite nice and fluffy. So when it looks like that, I just move on to another part. Now, not every dog will stay as still as he does right now, but also he wasn't like that always. When I got him, I had to work a little bit with him to first get him used to the routine and get him used to the fact that we are going to brush. It is going to be every morning, and that there is no going around it. You need to work with your dog a little bit before they're actually okay with you doing that. Now, I'm just brushing through to make sure that there's nothing bad happening here, no knots. Mostly there isn't. And what I also do is I try to go the other way too. Lift the coat with the brush and try to comb through or brush through like that, so that I can make it fluffier and I can do a better job at brushing it overall. He just saw the neighbors walk by. That's a trigger that we've also been working on. Now, he often licks this part of his area here. He often licks around here, so I can feel that the hair here is a bit dry, or it has some dry saliva. Now, also, if your dog doesn't stay on a table and you have bought a grooming table, that's actually very rare. I bought it just because I wanted to make it easier for myself, but you absolutely don't have to. Just until yesterday we were doing this on the floor, so you don't have to. But I also have this arm here that I can attach with a lead that can keep him in place if he decides to move too much. With the legs, I try and lift him so I can get this part. I also, once I brush down or the direction of growth, I try and then go and turn around the brush and brush against the direction of growth, so I can make it fluffy and I can make sure that there's nothing left to be brushed there. Now I also lift the coat here and make sure his bottom is nice and brushed out. Now with the tail can also very often be quite tangled, so I always kind of keep it just at the base of where I'm brushing, so I don't pull too much and he doesn't feel too uncomfortable. And I do like little sections like this instead of pulling and not being able to continue. I just do these little brushing movements so I don't irritate him unnecessarily. Now you can see it goes quite easily now. Maybe next time I'll have my tripod ready and set the camera there. But I do find this is a good angle too. Oh, bless you. Right, we go now to the front paws, and as you can see, he already doesn't like it. However, we do need to do it. Now, I can see that he's probably due to, he needs a little bit of trimming here, but we won't do it now. We'll leave that for when I trim him next time. We'll do that with the clippers. So if you have never done clipping or any trimming on your dog, you can tune in. When we do it next, I believe will be next week, just a little trim. It won't be like a full-on groom. You can tune in, follow us so you can get the notification, tune in and see how we do it. Again, I actually didn't say that in the beginning. I am not an experienced groomer. I am learning with my dog. I've been learning now for the past 6 months, which gives me some experience, but definitely not a professional experienced groomer. Now what I've noticed is that I could grab OP here by the teeth, like this. His mouth won't open and he has nowhere to go. He doesn't like this part. This is the only way I can actually brush him. Of course, if your dog is aggressive, please don't do that. But he is not aggressive. I know he will not bite me. Again, I did brush at the direction of growth, then a little bit against, so it's nice and fluffy, and then when he shakes, this will turn out good. Good job, OP. Now I will turn him so we're not facing the wall. Thank you very much, OP. We can do the other side. And again, I like to start with the ears, then grabbing the ear so that I don't pull too much and brushing along the direction of growth, turning the ear. This is the time when I normally check his ears as well. Oh, sorry, you don't see anything. I cleaned them last week. They are fine. They could be cleaned again, but I'll do it over the weekend. Just here, and nicely here, just under the ear, because a lot of tangling and knots happen there. Don't worry, it's all good. Good. So now I am being a little bit cautious and explaining to you what's happening. However, this procedure really takes 10 minutes. Right now we're at 11 minutes filming this, but I am trying to be a bit more precise than I normally am, and a bit slower too, so I can think while I'm doing this and kind of walk you through my thought process while I'm doing this. And he is not matted. If he was, I would definitely, absolutely every single time first comb this way along the direction of growth to make sure that there are no mats, and then go the other way. But because I know that there aren't, because we're brushing every day, sometimes I just go against and do like shorter movements so I don't accidentally pull something bad. Let's get this over with because he doesn't like it. With the paws, I always go first this way because paws are normally very easy to mat. And then I go sideways too. I can absolutely get every single bit of hair. Plus it looks really nice and fluffy afterwards, especially after he shakes. I find shaking is just so good. Every time he shakes after I've combed him, brushed him, it just looks so much better than I would be able to put it together. I think it's a really essential part of grooming, shaking. Right, I also try to get his belly here. I try to normally keep the hair here quite short so that it doesn't tangle at all. Now I'm very careful here because again he does lick himself. I try to stop that from happening when I can. So I'm very careful not to hurt him here. And you probably should be careful too. Maybe refrain from doing that in the beginning. And as you see, I straight away go for against the direction of growth for the hair because I know that there are no mats. Though here it often gets tangled, so I'll first go this way, then I'll go sideways, and I'll kind of make him step and kind of hold him here so I can lift up. By the way, we do get a lot of compliments when we go for walks from other Cockapoo owners and other dog owners in general. But I think Cockapoo owners know what it takes for their dogs to look like that. Nice and fluffy. So yeah, we do get a lot of compliments. And also your dog's skin can breathe better, it can feel better, and especially now when it's summer and it's warm. It's really important that for them that they're nicely brushed so that oxygen air can go through the hair and reach the skin and also help them regulate their temperature. Alrighty, I think we're done. So we're at 15 minutes filming this, and this normally takes us about 10 minutes. Chick, good boy. Now he's waiting for his treat. Stay. He loves these. He's already being a very good boy. Yeah, that's all. It's really easy to collect hair from the brush and really fall down. Collect the hair from the brush, and we're ready. Thanks for watching. See you next time.